My journey to university and then teachers college was slightly different from the experience of many of my classmates. I was a few years older. I'd spent some time finding myself in various ways, times hotboxing cars in parking lots. I also worked multiple jobs. When I got to university, I didn't have shoes like that, but I was focused, I was driven, and I was going to work for every scholarship I could get. Fast forward to my teaching placement, where I was partnered with another teacher candidate who was a little less, let's say, driven than I was. I did my best to help him out. I woke him up with a call each morning, make sure that he was ready to go, picked him up at his apartment. I drove him to school, helped him with the class he was teaching, tried my best to be what I thought was a good colleague. But that all changed when we were asked to work together in teaching one class. I had no idea how to work with a person who was not already an expert in the subject knowledge and who was less than a perfectionist. So I stewed at home about it, wondering how this would impact my performance. Well, it took me until the next day to get over myself and realize it wasn't about me, but the students, and I needed to put on my big kid pants and do the best to work collaboratively. In the end, it went really well, and we both finished successful placements, and I think having worked together helped us both shape and structure lessons that better met the needs of students. Even with the successful end, I still recall that feeling of disgust I had with myself when I snapped out of that "what about me" thinking, and I carry that with me still. That is a rather accurate representation of my computer at the time. I have had colleagues tell me not to share with some teachers because of this need to sink or swim. But I think this mentality is part of what perpetuates our compartmentalized education system and the competition inherent within it. It's not to say that I'm perfect by any stretch, but I do try to break that individual thinking and find now, over a decade later, that there are times that it's hard. With that said, when I do, it's generally with positive results.